Hey, this is Mystical Storms here with another fanfiction. This fanfiction is called A 10-Minute Decision by Can't Stop Panicking. This is another Vigilante Midoriya Izuku fanfiction because I love Vigilante Midoriya fics. So this is for general audiences and the category is general and male/male. So yeah, let's get started. Nezu is one of the smartest people, dogs, cats, mice, things? Oh, who knows, but that last one has to be offensive somehow. Any normal person could come across. Some people even fear the bear. Any normal person could come across. Some people even fear the bear. Nezu knows everything, whether that's right now at this moment or in a couple months' time. Nezu will eventually find out even before the event has taken place. Some people believe that the mammal can look into the future similar to Sir Night-Eye, but this just simply isn't true. Nezu is just using logic, the simplest way of finding out the easiest math problem, just using it on a bigger scale, a much bigger scale. So when he sees a kid with a hell of a mop of green hair looking smug, with a hint of being paranoid previously on his security camera, he's not exactly surprised to see the young vigilante was panicked, looking around as if someone would come arrest him at any given moment. It's not like Nezu would rat him out. Oh no. The complete opposite, if anything. He would to see Aizawa's reaction. He would want to see Aizawa's reaction to the wanted vigilante. It's not like Nezu's going to tell the kid get arrested. Oh no. He would let the kid's potential go to he couldn't let the kid's potential go to waste. This is a hero school after all. He just so happens to be the principal. So if the vigilante ended up chickening out on him, he'd find him by any means necessary. Nezu sitting on his desk, patiently sipping on his perfectly temperatured tea, watching the live camera feed, as an excited glint shines through his eyes, curious to see how all of this will unfold before his eyes, even if he already knows. Not too far away, Aizawa wakes up abruptly as a shiver crawls up his spine, making him grimace at the thought of what the rat could be scheming. If he had asked Izuku 1 year ago where he wanted to go for high school, he no doubtly, without hesitation, would have said the prestigious hero school UA, or more specifically wanting to be in the hero course there. Specifically wanting to be in the hero course there. But here he was, not too far off a year later, rethinking about his application he turned in 9 months ago for that exact high school. Most people are probably wondering what the hell's happening to the boy in just under a year. Well, it's one hell of a story we just don't have the time to get into. But the main point of the scenario is that Izuku, a 15-year-old, is also one of the most known vigilantes in Japan. Estimated age to be 18 to 20, who at the moment goes by the name of Roses. Now this might not have mattered too much if it weren't for the fact that his mentor was Eraserhead, who just happened to teach at UA, and with some extra research, he just so happened to also teach the Hero Course students. So this is where Izuku is. Currently in his room, glaring at the clock on his wall as the minutes tick down. His clock struck 8 a.m., 10 minutes until opening ceremony, 10 minutes until the start of the exam. 10. Izuku had woken up not even 30 minutes ago, and here he was, screwing around the room. A playhouse that was dumped on Dagoba Beach, desperately looking for his shoes. He can't just go walking around the bright red high tops, for heaven's sake. Yes, let the whole world know you're fucking quirkless, yeah? But then again, that's probably better than wearing his Vigilante high tops. Just his red ones spray painted black with a small rose pattern painted on the outer edge. Which is getting better, getting arrested on the spot for wearing the same shoes as Vigilante, or bright red shoes that screams, "I'm quirkless," so people can just underestimate him. Izuku's not even a second later walks out the door with bright red trainers on his feet, looking a little bit too proud of himself. The walk to the train station was quick, as he lives a couple steps away from the railway, which Izuku inhaled and exhaled for every step he takes towards the station, as he quietly mutters to himself, unsure what to do and with his increasingly sweaty hands. He tries to wipe the sweat onto his small joggers, the joggers that are riding up his ankles. God, if I don't get rid of the sweat, this next part isn't going to go the way it usually does. Is the only thing running through Zuko's mind that gives a moment. He flips up his wrist, check the time his extremely broken flip phone has. He flips up his wrist as he checks the time on his extremely broken flip phone as he frowns slightly. 8:00:48. The train should have passed by now, normally and gone by 30 seconds past 8. Only to jump on a homemade wooden platform as he hears a blazing sound of the train horn. I guess it's time. It's the only thing Izuku says to himself. He inhales before sticking out his hand to the train. The train doesn't stop. Grabbing onto the train had become a pretty normal thing for Izuku to do. It's how he gets around everywhere. Each train has a pull stick out ever so slightly. It was pretty hard for him to grip onto properly at first, but Izuku got the hang of it pretty quickly once he started doing it every day. How did he expect to get to school every day? Take the train like a normal person? Ha! Don't make me laugh like that. He has the money. Don't make me laugh like that. He has the money for that. Izuku's tired. 9. Izuku's grips onto the side of the train as he slowly but steadily pulls himself up to the roof as he lays down flat, breathing slightly heavier as he closes his eyes, smiling slightly out for it to fade quickly as he sits up, leaning on his elbows, looking around the city view around him. Not too far away, he can see UA building. Does it give him a shiver up his spine? The idea of him being inside the building in less than 10 minutes slightly scares him. Not to think he has the entrance exam in a couple minutes, frightening him more. Wait, scrap that. In an hour, Izuku will probably have finished the exam. Izuku's excited. 8. Maybe possibly being transported to prison. Oh God, he didn't think this one through, did he? He's a vigilante, for Christ's sake. Was he fucking insane? His fighting style, as soon as he starts doing a physical exam, is going to be crystal clear that he's roses. God, he's so stupid. What was he thinking? Of course he's going to get caught. The shoes don't even matter. Having the exact same style to a vigilante is definitely going to cause suspicion. But having the same weapon as a vigilante too, that's just basically saying, "Hi, I'm the vigilante Roses. I'm doing the UA entrance exam," and that's a huge red flag. No. Think about something different. This isn't a time to panic. Izuku's panicking. Izuku's panicked. 7. Izuku loved sitting on top of trains. Just the feeling of the wind brushes through his hair gave him comfort, as if it was affection he never gained as a kid. Imagine it as a soft touch of a parent soothing him down from a panic attack, or when he cries himself to sleep. I guess you could say like Eraserhead does whenever they go out late night adventures together capturing criminals. When they're halfway through the night, Eraser always passes a vigilante a sandwich, always saying something along the lines of, "You should eat something," or "You look like you need it," or "You need it more than me." Even though Eraser always makes it out that the sandwich was for himself, Izuku knew the man was lying. Come on, it had to be Izuku's favorite filling. A sandwich, only one side of the bread was butter on with a smidge of salt sprinkled on, exactly half a bag of salt and vinegar crisp, eating the extra, as well as some chunks of chicken placed inside. Now that sandwich is so unbelievably specific. Izuku knows for a fact Eraser made it just for him. What else could it be? And with some added research, hacking into Eraser's phone, Izuku figured out Eraserhead or Aizawa hated the filling. Izuku's lonely. 6. Izuku wants to think Eraser actually cares for him. Or, well, the vigilante version of him. But he just can't seem to believe that. What if he just wants to earn his trust and just arrest him? It could work too. God doesn't need Izuku love food. Izuku's hopeless. God damn hopeless. Izuku never understands kindness. Maybe because he had never felt it. Someone's never just kind to him for no reasons. They always want something. Always. This meaning when you're quirkless, people's true colors start to show. No one is ever just nice or kind. They always want something from you, no matter the situation. What does Eraserhead want? Oh right, he doesn't know. Eraser doesn't know. Obvious he's going to be nice to him. Everyone thinks Rose has a quirk. He's treating him like a normal human being because he thinks he has a goddamn quirk. How could he be so stupid? Is what Izuku yells to himself as he flops back onto the roof of the train, slightly pulling his short hair. Izuku's angry. 5. Izuku misses lots of things. One of those things being his long hair, not his mom. Izuku misses his long hair. He once had long hair reached just below his shoulders. It made it easy to grab. He misses the way it would blow in the wind. He misses the knots that would form as he slightly winds when he brushes through it, not from when he got dragged across the floor with it. Izuku misses a lot of things. His mom is not one of them. Hair holds memories. Memories Izuku doesn't want to relive. Izuku's drained. 4. Izuku misses every soft touch. Izuku misses every soft touches when he was little, before he was diagnosed. Izuku misses her hugs before he was diagnosed. Izuku misses his bedtime stories before he was diagnosed. Izuku misses being tucked into bed before he was diagnosed. Izuku misses his good night kisses before he was diagnosed. Izuku did not miss being grabbed from the floor after he was diagnosed. Izuku did not miss being kicked in the stomach after he was diagnosed. Izuku did not miss her harsh words after he was diagnosed. Izuku did not miss being locked outside after he was diagnosed. Izuku did not miss not getting meals after he was diagnosed. Izuku still missed his mom. Izuku's pained. 3. Izuku wants to be a hero. He really does, but the real question is, can he? Some say he's already a hero to some, but not really him. That's a vigilante he randomly came up with one day. Sure, he could use their reasoning of he's not breaking the law as he doesn't have a quirk, but in reality, will that get out of going to prison? No, it won't. He is still breaking the law in some way. You can't not help people unless you have a license, and he most definitely does not have one of those. That's why if there is any circumstance he's arrested, he uses the law of self-defense. Every time he comes into contact with some sort of villain, he has never attacked first. Sure, he insulted the people first so they would attack him, but that's not the point right now. But theoretically, he knows that he will still so we still get some sort of punishment when he was found out. Izuku really does want to become a hero, but can he? Eraserhead always said he could. Every time they patrol, he says he always brings up the idea of getting a license. He says he'll pull some strings, but there's got to be a reason he's doing this, right? Why would Eraser help him? He could get in trouble, get his license revoked. Why is he trying to help Izuku? Eraser thinks he's like 20, for God's sake. Not that he started his vigilante business at the fine age of 14. Izuku's confused. So very confused. 2. As the time ticked down, Izuku finally feels the train stop. He lifts his head up to see Yuei's building right next to the station. Well, isn't that convenient? He mumbled under his breath, rolling his eyes slightly. He jumps off the train roof. People around look at him concerned for a second, only to notice the bright red shoes as they do a sudden 180, glaring at him in disgust as he minds his own business, walking past the crowd, pretending not to notice the stairs. He skips out of the building, making his way to Yue, as he ignores the stares of people around him or random shoves he gets from people accidentally bumping into him. As he gets to the entrance, it's heavy guarded with pro heroes as they check identity of ones taking the exam, ticking off their name. As he makes his way into the short line, he meets with the face of the Shimmer hero. Blinding, her quirk allows her to reflect light. One of her attacks being she throws glitter into the air and reflecting the light off an individual sequence into the criminal's eyes. Reflecting the light off all the individual sequence into the criminal's eyes. Not the most loved hero. She is very conversational, as she doesn't clean up the glitter she throws onto the floor, as people complain about the masses of glitter on the floor, but Izuku can't say her attack is ineffective. Every time the hero uses the attack, it works. But it would be nice to clean up after yourself. 1. Name and ID. The Shimmer hero speaks to Izuku as he hands over his very real ID. It actually is just very blunt. Izuku Midoriya? The hero hums in response, not saying much, obviously getting very tired of checking children's IDs, only for her eyes to widen, but quickly going back to normal so no one notices her reaction. Sorry, kid, you can't do the exam, she says, glaring at him. This ID is obviously fake, she adds on, chucking the ID into Izuku's face. Sorry? My ID is real, Izuku mumbles nervously, half faking, half having a panic attack inside. God, if only he wasn't in his vigilante form right now. He could actually stand up for himself. And not the scary, wussy, quirkless kid. Wait, quirkless. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. My ID says quirkless. Right there in red. Izuku winces to himself as being so stupid. Geez, is this hero really being discriminative towards him, towards quirkless? Why don't you scan it and see if it's real then, Izuku says as all the anxiety goes away for a second. Now, why would I do that? It's obviously fake. The hero starts to raise her voice into Izuku's face, spitting to the floor in front of him, making Izuku curl his fist into a ball, gritting his teeth, only to tense before hearing a very familiar voice. Oh, I don't know, a voice he hears hears every night. Is there a problem here? He spoke, a very rough voice, obviously not woken up too long ago, making Izuku's whole body tense. Shit. Yes, this kid has given me a fake ID and won't go away. Not that it's any of your business, though. Blinding snarls to the homeless-looking man, who was most definitely not a pro hero. Ha! Like Izuku was going to tell the quirkless asshole. He just wants to see the hero get her license taken away. Which Eraser only sighs, taking the ID out of the quirkless hero's hand, taking a quick look at it, up at Izuku, only to sigh again, but with more emotions behind it. Shit, he knows. He definitely knows. It's real. Go true, kid. I'll deal with her. As Izuku lets out a breath before relaxing, nods quickly, going through passes blinding before she can stop him. God, he would have loved to see that play out, of her realizing that another pro hero that's another pro hero. He'd have to get a camera footage later. At least he has another reason to hate blinding now. But geez, I really did think I was going to get arrested then. I don't know what I was worried about. If Eraser didn't realize I was the vigilante, then no one will. Izuku thinks proudly of himself, looking smug as he's the last person to walk through Yuei's doors from his previous panic state. 0. So glad you arrived, Roses. Izuku stands still in his place, and his body tenses up immediately. Shit. So, this series this fanfic is part of a series. This is the first part of it. So none of the other ones are out yet, but I will be posting them every time they come out. To be honest, I'm kind of curious how this will pan out. But yeah, so I do hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys didn't mind too much my reading problems. Also, there is the word specifically that was each time was never written properly, so it keeps confusing me because I genuinely thought I was not reading that properly, but I was. So, but everyone makes mistakes, right? So anyway, I do hope you enjoyed, and have a good day, night, or evening. Night and evening's the same thing. Anyway, just hydrate, get some rest, or have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.